Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good, they're usually under the radar, not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the brand Dossier. Brand Dossier is a French perfume brand, and they've been around for a few years. They have quite an extensive perfume lineup in their portfolio. Altogether, I think around 50 perfumes. Majority of their perfumes are inspired by big names, big brands, perfume hits, popular perfumes out there, and I unboxed and reviewed many of their fragrances before, and for the price they are quite impressive. This one in particular is called Dossier Lost Americana. It's EDP 50 ml. It retails for £40, but with that Dossier, you always get discount code, vouchers, the promotions, sales, so always take advantage of those deals if you are interested. So this one is collaborated by somebody, who cares, MGK or something like that. I don't care about these things. Forget about the collaboration. On its own, this is a very good perfume. So first thing first, the presentation, as always with House of the Dossier, is very simple. It's very minimalistic. The box is very simple, but it does the job perfectly, which is protecting the bottle, and it's got the information behind it, blah blah blah. It's easily recyclable, which is good for the environment. The bottle itself is very small and nifty, and you can take it away with you. You can take it out, you can take it to work, you can take it to gym, and blah blah blah. So it's very good for that. The cap is magnetic, which is good, which you're not going to lose it, and the atomizer is pressurized, which is impressive. So in terms of longevity, this is a very good performer. On my skin, went easily over 8 hours. On t-shirt and materials, goes easily over 10 hours. So very good performer. Next day I woke up, I could still smell it very strongly on the t-shirt, so it's a very good performer. Projection wise, an arm length of projection for around 2 to 3 hours, and after that it would subside, but always have a good bubble, good cloud, and a good trail behind you. I put 10 sprays of it on me, which was super ample enough. I could smell it all day and the next day. If you are interested and you're going to get it, be careful with the trigger. It is a very strong perfume. My wife was complaining all day that this is too much for her because it was so strong, and it was very strongly projecting all day. So be careful with the trigger. Maybe first use 4 or 5 sprays, and if it's not ample enough, increase it from there. So in terms of performance, excellent. In terms of ratio for what you pay, what you get is excellent as well, because this one, although it's quite unique, it's not a unique, it's quite unique on its own. There is nothing out there you can compare it directly. I can tell you a few perfumes which reminds me of, but none of them come close to this, or 100% or 1-to-1 to it. So just a reminder of what kind of perfume it is, to give you a mental picture what it smells like overall. First thing first is by Kilian Black Phantom. Yes, to some extent reminds me of that one. Again, it's not a 1-to-1 to it, but it has got some characteristic in here. It reminds me of that one. The second one is Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef and Arpels, which discontinued many years ago. Now is fetching hundreds of pounds, hundreds of dollars. So that one was very popular perfume. I went through at least 1 or 2 bottles of it, so I can remember it very distinctly. And this one reminds me of that one as well, especially the powderiness of this one and the leatheriness of it. Although again, it's not a 1-to-1 to it, but it is in that same ballpark of Van Cleef and Arpels Midnight in Paris. And to some extent, but lesser extent, it reminds me of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. Yes, again, to some extent, is not a 1-to-1 to it. It's not as heavy and dense as tobacco vanille. This is brighter, it's lighter, and it is a little bit fresher. But again, it's got some characteristic in here that it reminds me of that one. So you can have the mental picture what it's going to smell like if you know those three fragrances, or you know one of them, or you like the three. If you like the three, you love this. If you don't like any of them, probably this is not for you. So let's get to the who is it for. This is definitely on the mature side. I would say 25 years and older to be in the safe side. The reason is because it's quite complex, it's quite layered, it's quite multifaceted. For that, I think a person with experience will enjoy this much better than a youngster. In terms of gender, this is banging in with the unisex. It is targeted unisex and it's correct. Anybody can wear it, ladies and men, no problem whatsoever. And in terms of season, this is better suited for cooler weather because it's spicy, because it's sweet, because it's earthy. So it is much better for cooler weather. You can use it all year round unless it's very high heat in summer. It could be cloying. In terms of so season, age, and occasion is very, very opulent. So this is very, very beautiful, very, very well done, very well put together perfume. And it's very opulent, so it's very good for going out, for evening, for special occasion, for formal occasion, for close encounter, for dating, for special ceremonies like weddings. So it's very, very opulent. So let's get to the perfume itself. The perfume opens up beautiful almondy. So the almondy here is almost dominant to the first half of life of this fragrance. So it's very almondy, it's very nutty. It's not just the almond, you're getting a nutmeg behind the almond, which giving it a very, very nutty feel. The nuttiness in here stays almost first half, and the second half it will subside. It never goes away completely, but it subsides substantially. The beginning of this fragrance is very spicy, so I'm getting cinnamon, nutmeg, definitely cinnamon nutmeg combination in here to give it a big spiciness, plus the pink pepper giving it that, again, it's of champagne feel in the beginning, a little bit of sparkliness, and also a little bit of pepperiness, and also the incense in here giving it a hint of that smokiness. The incense is not a big player, it is there, but it's a small player. The biggest players are the spices rather than the incense in here. There is some hint of fruity aspect to this fragrance, especially the first half, which is mainly, it's like a dry fruit feel. So it's like a dry apricot or dry date or dry raisin feel to it as well. Not too much, but it is there as well to some extent. From the mid onward, this is becomes earthier, it becomes more camphorous, green, more woody, and also earthy, little bit that muddy feel, hint of muddiness, not too much from the patchouli in here to give it a little of that patchouli, chocolatey, and also a muddy feel or as well, but it doesn't go super mud. Okay, it's just a hint of it in here. Overall, what a fragrance. This is by far one of the best fragrances from the brand Dossier. I absolutely love it. It is up my alley. It's just basically I'm gravitating towards it very much. My wife loves it as well. The only thing is she thought this is very, very strong. So be careful with the trigger. Don't go too heavy on the trigger. In terms of smell wise, it's very, very opulent and it's very sensual in the same time. So let me read you the ingredients and we take it from there. So this is according to Fragrantica. What do we have? So on Fragrantica, it's got a very, very high score point. It's got 4.56, which is almost perfect for a good reason. This is a special fragrance. So on top we have incense, pink pepper, and almond. So forget the incense. I mean, don't forget the incense because there's a hint of incense in here, and also a hint of resin. But it's not a big player. It's there to some extent, giving a hint of smokiness. But by the way, this one is quite powdery, so you need to like your powdery perfumes. I won't say it's a baby powder. It doesn't go to that realm, super powdery, but it is moderately powdery, maybe a little bit more than moderately powdery. And also it's a little bit dusty, a little bit of smokiness, which is coming from the incense, a little bit of camphorous feeling here, a little bit of that balsamic feeling here as well. So you can tell where it's going. Very, very complex fragrance. In the mid, we have myrrh, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Cinnamon and nutmeg by far are the biggest player here. Is even bigger than the incense, even bigger than the pink pepper. But the almond is quite noticeable, especially the first half. The almond is very, very big, plus the nutmeg, plus the cinnamon. I smell some booziness from time to time. Yeah, hint of booziness, but the booziness in here is like a fermented fruit rather than boozy like maybe whiskey or rum or something like that. No, it is like a fermented fruit, so it is boozy in that aspect. The leather in here is quite soft, but when it goes to the dry down, it gets stronger and stronger. It never goes full on leatheriness or full on rugged leather or animalic leather. None of those. Very, very soft, and it's very friendly leather in here. There is a chocolatey aspect which is coming from that patchouli, but again, it's not a huge player. It's a little bit of chocolatiness, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of toffee feel to it as well. Very small amount. Vanilla is by far the biggest player in the base, and the vanilla in here is very well done. I'm not sure what kind of vanilla they utilize in here, but it's gorgeous. It's very smooth, it's very rounded, it's very warm, it's very quite sweet. Sweetness in here from 0 to 10, 10 being the sweetest is around 6 to 7. So it is quite sweet, but it's not super sweet. And also it's going well, very well with every other aspect of this fragrance, or the heavy hitters in here. The patchouli and the vetiver here giving it the earthiness. So when they dry down, it gets earthier and woodier and a little bit darker. Overall, this fragrance is semi-fresh to semi-dark. And also I classify this fragrance as oriental spiciness. So it's oriental spicy. The patchouli and the vetiver here giving it that earthiness plus the woody aspect of it. Although I smell something like sandalwood as well. So they're not mentioning the notes. I'm smelling sandalwood, see the combination in the base, because it becomes very woody in the base, and it never loses that spicy and also the the powderiness of this fragrance. So it always is there. Very, very well done, very well put together, very smooth, very rounded, no harshness, no chemical, no sharpness in here. Very, very well done perfume. Absolutely gorgeous. I very much highly recommend this fragrance. I think majority of people will love this fragrance. Unless you don't like the perfumes I mentioned, then this is not for you. But on its own, forget those 3 fragrances I mentioned earlier. This is a very, very well done perfume, very well put together, very well blended. The perfumery in here is top notch. The ingredients is very, very good for the price. So to recap quickly, warm spiciness. Yes, warm, spicy, very, very warm and spicy. So the spiciness in here is little of pink pepper, nutmeg, and also the cinnamon. The cinnamon is by far the biggest player here. The almond is very noticeable the first half of this life of fragrance, so it's very almondy and it's very nutty, plus that nutmeg. Amber is in here is very dense amber, so it's a dense, sweet, spicy, gooey, sticky amber. So you need to like this kind of amber to enjoy it. It is sweet, but it's not overly sweet. This is more than moderate, but it is ample enough. And it's a little hint of balsamicness, hint of camphorusousness, hint of leafiness in here, hint of dustiness, and also hint of, or more than hint of, powderiness in here. The vanilla in the base is very, very well done. It's one of the best vanilla I smelled for a long time, especially for that price bracket. Chocolatiness of it is coming from the patchouli, which is quite nice and warm and chocolatey and gooey, sticky. Hint of smokiness coming from the incense. The smokiness is not here, is not a huge player. It's a very, very small amount of it in here, and the cinnamon is very, very noticeable, especially from beginning to the end, but at the end it subsides a little bit. And also it's very, very woody in the base, which is, as I said, mainly coming from the patchouli and vetiver, but I smell sandalwood cedar combination as well. And the leather in here, it is noticeable, but it is very soft and suede-like rather than rugged leather. So if you like the combination of the notes or the description I gave you, or these 3 fragrances by Kilian Black Phantom, Van Cleef and Arpels Midnight in Paris, and also to a lesser extent Tom Ford, what was it, tobacco vanille, so to a lesser extent to that one. Although this one is a little bit brighter than the Tom Ford tobacco vanille, a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, a little bit fresher, but it's got some aspect of spiciness which is quite similar to that one. So if you like these three fragrances, you will love this. If you don't like any of those three fragrances, most likely you won't like this. Although this is not a one-to-one to any of them, none of them are. This one is quite unique on its own. It's same categories of those three fragrances, but it's not inspired or copy of any of them. Okay guys, so I highly recommend this fragrance. I think it's beautiful. I give it 10 out of 10, especially for that beautiful opening. It's gorgeous to die for. Later on in the dry down, it becomes a little bit on the shall we say, I won't say generic because that would become boring. No, it's not boring, it never gets boring, but it becomes quite familiar with many fragrances out there. But the first half-life of this fragrance is it's quite unique, and it's very attractive, and it's very beautiful. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your shares, thank you for your comments, thank you for your subscription, which is free by the way. All these things will help me to challenge the infamous YouTube algorithm, which is getting worse and worse. The big players getting bigger and richer, and the small players getting smaller and poorer, and they are pushing the small players out on purpose. I am one of those small players. If you don't help me, eventually I will get booted out. Don't forget, this endeavor is very expensive and is very time consuming. 99% of the perfumes you see behind me is I bought it with my own and hard and cash money, so it is very expensive hobby and endeavor. Please do your diligence, do your finger movement, or you will help me to stay afloat, to stay longer, and also to survive this endeavor. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you very much for your love and support. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker. So they are true handmade perfumes just for the lucky people in the United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfume, which is unheard of. And that gives them the huge personality, big, bold, very long lasting. They are beast mode, and they are very artistic and unique, and they're like time capsule. They take you different places, different time, and they are super beautiful if I say myself. Don't forget there are many reviews out there, reviewed my own perfume, so you don't just take my word for it. You can go and check them out if you're interested. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you very much for love and support, and I'll see you later. Bye.